Hello Bread fans, this is Jay, Insane Coaster Junkie, and yet again, thank you for 2,500 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and Alex does too. We are a hard-working, Insane Coaster Junkie team, and we cannot wait for the future of our videos. So, lately, I asked you to submit questions for our 2,500 subscriber Q&A, and we got over 30 responses, so I'm not going to really waste time with questions because we have a lot to go through today, and you guys asked some pretty good questions, so I appreciate every single one of you who did ask questions. So we're going to get started. So the first question is actually from multiple people such as Bree and M's Edits. What inspired you to start ICJ, and what made you become an enthusiast? So I'm going to start with the enthusiast part because this actually really goes back to 2012, 2013 when I started getting interested in Waldemir. And in 6th grade, for my graduation, I got the Waldemir book. Within a month later, I met the owner, Paul Nelson. He was a really nice guy. It really sparked my interest of Waldemir. And then in 2014, I rode Ravine Flyer 2 for the first time, which sparked my interest of coasters. In terms of Insane Coaster Junkie, the start of the channel, I was really inspired by Coaster Studios and Theme Park Review back then. How they did their videos and the corny but seriousness videos. So I decided to start that with my forefront. But what inspires me now is more of a mix of the Rye Guy and El Toro Ryan. Our next question is grossest coaster experience. Now this is a bit of a hard one because I don't really know how to answer that question. Grossest coaster experience. But probably for me is that opening weekend 2020 where I rode Whirlwind and threw up because I was exhausted from the heat and barely drank any water. So that's probably my grossest coaster experience. So yeah, throwing up in an SBF Visa spinning coaster is not the way to go. Skyrush Fanboy asks, highest bucket list coaster of all time. Now, I have a couple questions to that, but to answer this one, I'm probably going to say Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure. Fortunately, my team member Alex gets to ride it next month, so I am a little jealous on that one, but Velocicoaster looks so good. The theming looks fantastic. I love the Jurassic World series. 2 great launches, 4 inversions, especially that Mosasaurus roll at the end. And just the whole overall experience that just makes me pumped to go back to Universal. I love high throw coasters, and the new Intamins that are coming out are freaking incredible. So I would probably say Velocicoaster. Speaking of Velocicoaster, this question asks, opinions on Velocicoaster, also do you like Goldfish, the snack that smiles back? Now, I kind of just mentioned that in the previous question, but Velocicoaster is a high bucket list coaster for me. I absolutely want to get on that as soon as possible. Looks like an amazing ride for sure. And do I like Goldfish? Of course I love Goldfish. It's the snack that smiles back. I like the original one, but I can never go wrong for cheese flavored as well.
The snack that smiles back, Goldfish.
Maggie Lowcop asked 3 questions. What's the best part of working at Waldemir? Now, I am on their clean team, so I basically am responsible for cleaning bathrooms and around the park. It's tedious and repetitive, so it's basically all of that, but I enjoy it. It's good pay, hard-working, and it's very fun. I actually get praised by a lot of the employees for being the best on the clean team because of how efficient and pride I take for my job. I absolutely love it, and I encourage you to apply for Waldemir. It's a great working experience. If you could pick one ride to add to the park, what would it be? I would probably say Zamperla Air Race. Those flat rides look so amazing. It's basically a plane ride that you flip horizontally. I always said that they should remove Spider in the High Strike game for it, but Zamperla Air Race is kind of on my bucket list right now. If you can't take one ride out of the park, what would it be? And you can't say Spider. And good thing I have a backup plan for this because I say Mega Vortex. Mega Vortex is not the most popular ride in the park. It's my least favorite ride in the park, by far. And when it increased from 3 points to 4 points, I can tell that this ride kind of needs ridership. I think it's one of the lowest attended rides of the park, so Mega Vortex needs to be upgraded for something else. This question asks, what's your coaster count and what are your top 5 best rides? Now currently my coaster count is 83, which really doesn't sound like a lot, and Alex has 111. And my top 5 best rides, 1 is Steel Vengeance, 2 Fury 325, 3 Leviathan, 4 Phantom's Revenge, and 5 Ravine Flyer 2. Awesome Dude asks, if you had to pick one ride at Waldemir that had to get rid of, and what would it be? First of all, thank you dude, you're awesome. And number 2, I'm probably gonna have to say Spider. The previous question asked no Spider, but I'm sorry, but Spider, please be removed. That thing is a hunk of junk in Waldemir's lineup. No offense to the Waldemir employees, but that ride sucks.
Stop it. Get some help.
Coaster Key asks, opinions on the Six Flags Fiesta Texas 2022 project. Now, I'm not sure what the teasers are suggesting, but considering it is post-COVID, I'm not really saying a roller coaster at the moment. It is possible that Fiesta Texas, since they are the prototype park, to get the first SNS Access coaster, but post-COVID, I don't really see it. I'm thinking of some sort of flat ride for that park. Favorite airtime moment? I'm probably going to say the Outer Bank Hill on Steel Vengeance. It's the one after the first big top hat. It's a 45-degree outside bank turn. It is probably the strongest moment of airtime I've ever experienced. And favorite park food? Now, I'm probably going to stick to a traditional manner, but it's probably going to be Alpencheesy at Canada's Wonderland. If you see my park in Eneva, that's pretty good. It's basically mac and cheese and a side of garlic bread. It was so good. Brock Ellington says, congrats, you deserve it. Also question, will you ever go back to Splash Lagoon? Thanks for the congratulations, but in terms of Splash Lagoon, unfortunately Alex and I have decided not to go back. How they handled COVID was not good, and I actually felt unsafe back in the fall. And Splash Lagoon is not that interesting to me anyway anymore. It was good to get the videos that I did, thanks to Scott Enterprises for getting the tickets, but I'm probably not going back because it's not really that interesting to me. Next question asks, have you met Liam yet? Unfortunately, no. I met Isaac and Sam, but I haven't not met Liam. Hopefully one day I will. Kaden Ricker says, what is your favorite coaster you have went on? Easily that is Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. It has a good mix of airtime, inversion, smoothness, intensity, and it's basically the perfect all-around coaster, so Steel Vengeance is really good. Next question asks, which amusement park has the best food? I already said Canada's Wonderland, but I'm probably going to go with another Cedar Fair park on this. I'm probably going to say Carowinds. I remember back in 2016 that I had a place called Wings, and they had this really good pizza that I enjoyed. I haven't had the chance to have Harmony Hall, but I heard that is really good as well, so Cedar Fair parks really know how to do food very well. Jacelyn Cage says, Waldemir Splash Lagoon, just for the water park. Even though Splash Lagoon is good, I have to say Waldemir. They have a better collection of water slides, and the most recent additions with Cannonball and Rally Racer are freaking amazing, especially Rally Racer. And hearing from articles about a new wave slide possibly coming, so Waldemir's water park is aggressively expanding, and I love it. Their water park is definitely the Splash and Safari of the East. Next question says, least favorite coaster and why? Now, honestly, I have to say it's Predator at Six Flags Darien Lake. Last time I rode that coaster was 2017 in the back row, and it was probably the roughest coaster experience I've ever had. That thing is a din wooden coaster that should not exist. It's just bumpy, rough, and I heard some people it's good, and I don't believe them. I'm sorry, enthusiasts. Predator sucks. I just don't see it. Disco Travie Patty, aka another Alex, asks, when is your next park and eat? Now, I have a couple ideas. One of your friends, Dominic, did ask for possibly ice cream sandwiches, but me and Pittsburgh Alex are thinking some other options too. We don't know what the next park and eat is because I haven't decided on that yet, but we will decide on that when we film the next vlog. One of my cousins asked, what's the most rides you've went on more than once on the same day? That is easily Blue Streak at Conneaut Lake Park. I rode that thing 61 times back in September 2019. That's probably my last memory I had with Conneaut Lake Park in its prime form like that. And it was just great. Me and Coaster Films, you know, as Jared, we basically just marathoned the heck out of that ride. By the end of the day, we got 59 rides on that sucker. 2.5 hours of it was just on the train non-stop, like 23 rides or so. And I got 2 additional ones during Ghost Lake. It was a memory I'll never forget. Elevators Are Awesome asks, how much longer will the Blue Streak at Conneaut Lake Park last? Now, this one's a hard question, speaking of Blue Streak, because the new owners are kind of taking this in a retro/new direction, so it is a little bit 50-50, but I really hope Blue Streak can get saved. I'm so glad that they are saving Devil's Den in the carousel, and I'm still a little bit mad about Tumblebug, but Blue Streak, considering they got a retracking for 2020, it looks really good, but I hopefully in the fall when they do inspect it, I hope Blue Streak can be saved. That thing is an Ace Coaster landmark, so I hope they do not touch that thing. My next question asks, do you like launch coasters? Of course I do. Now, it actually depends on the launch. Definitely hydraulic launches are probably the most powerful, but LIMs and LSMs are definitely good counterparts too. So far, my favorite launch is the hydraulic launch on Top Thrill Dragster. Refrigerator1233 asks, why do you like coasters so much? I love coasters because it probably gives me that good shot of adrenaline, and it's a good Kickstarter for energy. It keeps me excited and happy and keep going. But whenever I'm at Waldameer or another park, it's a good distraction from everyday life. And he also asks, can we meet your girlfriend? My girlfriend is at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, and her name is Steel Vengeance. Next question is, what is your favorite coaster type, wooden or steel? Now, I'm probably gonna have to say fanboy with steel. The only good wooden coaster, honestly, I've ridden is Ravine Flyer 2 and Blue Streak at Conneaut. Everything else is either mad to bad. Morgan, one of the ride operators of Ravine Flyer 2, asks 3 questions. First one is, who are your favorite RF2 operators? Oh god, this one's biased. I'm sorry, Waldameer employees, but Morgan, Grace, Christy, Jared, and that other girl that I was there the other day. I still can't remember her name. Also throw in Abby for brakes, and then you got the elite RF2 crew. Shoutouts to all you at RF2. You guys are amazing. What is your all-time favorite and least favorite coasters you've been on? So, Steel Vengeance is my favorite, Predator is my least favorite. What coaster do you want to go on that you haven't been able to yet? Now, I already said Velocicoaster, but I'm probably going to say another Intamin for this one, and it's definitely Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. That multi-launch coaster looks so cool. It's got a lot of RMC-like elements with the outer bank and the stall. It's got 4 launches with a backward spike and a 95-degree drop off the top hat. Like, Pantheon looks so good. Whenever Busch Gardens is allowed to open that thing, please get me there. I think Intamin is starting to grow on me more with these new multi-launches. They look so good. Next question asks, what is the ideal layout for you that would be your favorite coaster? Hills, inversions, etc. I'm probably going to say an RMC Hyper Hybrid with all sorts of inversions, some airtime hills, and like 6,000, 7,000 feet of track. You can fit it all there. It's probably basically Steel Vengeance on steroids. Skull King asks 3 questions. What do you predict as Waldameer's next flat ride? Now, I already said an air race, but another good one is either an Endeavor or Nebulas. Waldameer really works well with Zamperla, but if anything, an Endeavor would be a perfect fit. Do you think Waldameer will ever work with the famous Rocky Mountain construction for a new coaster? Yes. And the simple answer is RMC Raptor in Pine Hill, Pine Valley Groves. And the third question, do you think RF2 will ever get RMC'd? Never in a million years. That coaster is still running well 13 years later. It is smooth as ever. There are still a couple potholes, but good retracking by the Gravity Group is awesome. Next question is, any hobbies you like? So, besides roller coasters, I do a couple things. I do marching band. I love that stuff. I've been doing marching band for about 5 years at this point. I also love doing bowling and golf. Those are some of my favorite sports I do outside of coasters. So, insert some of my golf shots here.
Nice shot.
Sahori Fristius asks, what is your favorite ride at Waldameer? And that's easily Ravine Flyer 2. It's a great Gravity Group wooden coaster. It's basically Baby Voyage. Next question is, highest bucket list coaster. And I'm going to go something different with this one. It's probably Orion and Kings Island. And I've ridden 2 of the 3 B&M Gigas in North America. I've ridden Fury 325 and Leviathan. And Orion's the last one I need to get. And Orion looks so good. It's basically American Leviathan when it looks at the layout. It's got some really cool elements, so I'm really excited to try that at some point. WXVY Patrick asks, what is this better, Steel Vengeance or Ravine Flyer 2? I'm sorry, I'm basing this off my rankings, but it's Steel Vengeance all the way. Steel Vengeance is at number 1, RF2 is at number 5. So, easily, I don't know, this is no contest. Next question asks, rarest credit. Now that's a bit of a hard one, but I have a couple in mind. I do have the 2 credits I got at the 2018 IX Indoor Amusement Park. So I got like some Zyklon knockoff and some weird spinning coaster. But if you want to look at a rare credit, and I'm not sure if you guys call this a credit, but it's Devil's Den at Conneaut Lake Park. Throw at me all you want, but that and the other one at Camden Park that I haven't ridden yet, they are credits. It's pretty weird that they're the only 2 left, and they're basically mini wooden Wild Mouses. Awesome rides. So that is a weird credit I love to have. Trevor K asks, when is the next time you're going to Waldameer Park, and what is your favorite ride? So, I work at Waldameer, so I'm basically there all the time, working or not working, so you're bound to see me at any point, so I can't tell you specifically the next time I go. And what's your next favorite ride? Because people keep asking me favorite rides. I'll go the next one down at number 2, and which will be Chaos, the Zamperla Discovery Revolution, aka the pendulum that goes upside down. Next question is asked, a coaster that isn't quite your favorite but you have awesome memories on. And it is Lightning Racer at Hershey Park. Not one of my favorites, it's a solid GCI, but I have some amazing memories on it with my family back in 2017 where I rode Lightning Racer at night. And it's the only coaster I've ridden at night, but not at the day. Basically 3 rides on that, opposite sides of trains, it was amazing. Got the chaser lights going. Lightning Racer at night is probably the coaster that I have awesome memories, but it's not my favorite. Panda S asks, can you make Jay's Plays, How to Ride, and Jay reaction videos, please? Now, that's a funny question you asked there, buddy, because I don't do any of these series anymore. I am working on a redux on my very first How to Ride from 2017, and I'm going to see how that does. But Jay's Plays is a money waster, because it just wastes money, and I'd rather save my money for other important things in life. And Jay reacts, it's just stupid. I just don't like reacting to my commentary. I watch my videos on my own anyway when I look for ideas for new videos, so it's kind of redundant at this point. But How to Ride is kind of the wild card, so we'll see what the Redux does. Vlogkane asks, does Coaster Films work at Waldameer? Yes, he does. He works in the rides department. I'm not going to say what rides because I don't want you spamming on him, but he is a very good operator at the rides he does work at. And what do you use to record your videos such as on-ride POVs or editing? Now, for on-ride POVs, lately I've been using more of my GoPro Hero 7 Black, but I also have a GoPro Hero 4 Session, a DB Power EX4000, and a Victor AC700. In terms of editing, I edit with Adobe Premiere Pro. That program is so fun to use. I want to thank the Rye guy for teaching me that program. So much fun to edit. And why do you call your subscribers bread fans? Now this is going to sound weird, but I actually coined this term 5 years ago when I was Thunder Mechanics Productions. If you guys don't know, that was my name back in 2016 where I changed my name and wanted to look for something professional. And back then I called my fans bread fans, which was the name of a Metallica song that was covered back in 1988. The original song was by a Welsh group named Budgie. They first performed the song in 1973. But Metallica is my favorite band, so I kind of just put 2 and 2 together, and I've been calling my fans bread fans ever since. Stay cool, bread fans. Alex McGrogan asks, what's your favorite rare flat ride? His is an obvious favorite. It's the old Trinado at Idlewild. He loved that thing as a kid. But in terms of me, I'm probably going to go with Baron Curve at Kennywood, one of the 4 rides that were removed in 2020. I was very close to saying Kangaroo, but Baron Curve really feels like a roller coaster ride in one. It's so intense, great laterals. Even though the horn did bother me, it was a rare credit that I love. And the last question here by Zoe Cutin, they ask, do you have any interest in gaming? If you do, then what is your favorite video game to play? Now currently my favorite video game to play right now is Grand Theft Auto 5. Alex and I play that quite often, but I'm also interested in Planet Coaster and Super Mario Bros. 3 and World. So that's going to do it for my Q&A today here on Insane Coaster Junkie. I want to thank you guys for 2,500 subscribers. You guys are the best bread fans I can ever ask for. And thank you for submitting all these questions. This was very fun to do, and if we hit another milestone very soon, we might do another one of these, maybe for 3,000 subscribers. So, on behalf of Alex and I, we are Insane Coaster Junkie. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the parks. Manipulating will incinerate.